welcome back everyone, welcome back to the Esports World Cup 2025 America's Closed Qualifier. We've had already some insane and intense matches here, insanely long matches as well, featuring Scarlet, featuring Kellizer, featuring Cham as well, and now we are slowly thinning out the players here. We are running out of players. It did happen off stream, did happen in another series, but Scarlet is out. Scarlet is out of the tournament. Scarlet, of course, she was facing off against Future earlier and did fall 3-0. We actually do have the updated bracket here. Bam! There we go. It's a little bit small, but you can see that Future did take down Scarlet 3-0. Future took down Master 3-0 as well, and now we have Future up against Cham. For those that are curious, someone was asking about Special versus Cham. Again, Special did forfeit. We don't know why. We don't know why. We can speculate, I suppose, but I don't know if it's really worth speculating. It is a shame, of course, 100%. We always do want our players to compete and to play their best, even if it is, you know, maybe if the odds are against you, and even if things are looking a little bit bleak, you know, ideally, you know, in a competitive tournament like this, you do want to, you know, fight your heart out and do your best. But you know, I want to give, you know, the benefit of the doubt here. You know, maybe something came up and maybe something more of a personal matter or something like that, and then Special had to step away. Regardless, we are jumping into our best of 5. We have our maps here. We have game 1 Incorporeal, game 2 Ley Lines, followed by Tokamak, Persephone, and Pylon. Oh boy, okay. So we do have, we actually have gotten rid of Maganatha, the largest map of the map pool. We also got rid of Torches, we got rid of Last Fantasy, so some of the more extreme maps, like Torches and Last Fantasy, are very cheesy, very aggressive. Meanwhile, Maganatha is one of the more larger maps in the map pool, more macro-oriented, so we've gotten rid of the extremes, and we have some of the more standard maps instead. I say standard, less extremes, maybe a better way of putting it. We'll get into it. Also, shout out to Beomorph and shout out to Steadfast. Of course, we do have permission to stream via the clean feed. This is the clean feed, of course. That means that we will have in-game sound. We'll have in-game sound. We'll have in-game audio. But of course, everything else is muted. But again, shout out to both Steadfast and Beomorph for, of course, covering the main event over on EWC, over on their own respective Twitch channel. You can, of course, support them. You can go check out the respective Twitch channel over there. I believe EWC_Black, EN2, something along those lines. So you can support them there. Otherwise, of course, we have permission to cast. So we're going to be jumping in as well. Of course, we won't be observing, so we have to rely on their observing instead. But I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job. I'm sure. As we are jumping into game number 1 and spawning in the top left-hand corner here of Incorporeal, we have our Mexican Zero player. Oh, it is Cham. And in the bottom right hand corner we have the American Terran player representing Matcherino Esports. It is Future. Wait, we also got the fanfare. I will very quickly set up the in-game logo as well. Hold on, just so we don't clash. In-game clean feed. Bam, beautiful. Okay, but here we go. Schedule looks amazing. Good work, man. Yeah, that's all we do. We cast everything, man. We cast everything. That's all we do. That's who we be. But we are stepping into Incorporeal. We do have Future going CC first. That is what we are pointing out here. So CC first out of Future. Again, Incorporeal is one of the larger maps. We actually haven't seen Incorporeal the entire day. Despite all these best of 5s, we have seen nothing but the other maps instead. This has been vetoed more often than not. This is one of the larger maps in the map pool, one of the larger ones. We often see longer or later games on this map as well. And we just see Future cutting corners going CC first. Meanwhile, we do have a hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Cham. Also, before I forget, if you're in the chat, predictions. I think predictions would have closed by now, but get your gambler going. Predictions are open, so place your bets while you can on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. Here we go. As we are stepping in. As we are going to be stepping in here, and so far just again economic opener here out of Future, standard opener out of Cham, nothing crazy, nothing wild. We did experience a lot of mech already, and I do know that Future, he has it in him to play a little bit of mech, but I'm hoping that doesn't really come to pass. I would like to take a break from the mech and embrace some more bio heavy play. For those that are curious, Future, he did spend some time in Korea as well. Last year, Who was in Korea? Trigger alongside Future, Estrella, and Clem. They all rented an Airbnb together. This was in the month leading up to EWC, and they did basically construct a team house in Korea, just themselves. They made their own impromptu team house, they trained, they got ready, and what did that lead to? That led to Clem becoming the reigning champion. It also led into them leaving Trigger behind. We made jokes about it, but of course, with that team house environment, Clem, he was then able to again adapt. He was able to train, able to improve, and become the champion of StarCraft 2, of course, of the year, and still I would say is the best player in the world. From there, then the players did return home, but they left Trigger behind. They pulled Home Alone, and Trigger, aka Kevin, he was left behind in Korea, and he's been there for ever since. Trigger, he finally left Korea in the weeks leading up to DreamHack Dallas. Basically, I think the week before DreamHack Dallas, he went back to the Americas for Dallas, of course, and I think since then is now back in Canada, since then. But yeah, like all those months, basically almost an entire year, I think I want to say like 10 months, Trigger was in Korea, maybe 11 months even. And he's been practicing, improving. He played in GSL as a result. He did make it into GSL, so Trigger, he had a really good showing, really good results. There's a reason why Trigger is currently, you know, at the top of the scene and at the top of the bracket. But likewise, Future, he also went there as well, right? He also spent some time in Korea last year, did also improve, and we'll see if he can use that skill, if he can use those games, that time spent in Korea, to go further in this bracket as well and bring it down Cham. First things first, we do have our 1-1-1 getting into our Cloak Banshee setup. Now what's important here, this is a starport before CC. Usually it's CC before starport. This is the other way around. This is more aggressive. This is a delayed commensurate, a delayed economy out of Future, and a much more aggressive start instead. With this, we're going to be able to get into Cloak Banshees that much faster. Likewise, Stim is also on the way, Rax's as well. This is not an all-in. You can see he's still expanding, but this is a late expansion. So Future's going to be that much more committed. Meanwhile, Cham across the map does open up with a faster lair. I think that was like a 4:15-ish lair timing. Jesus, so very fast lair there out of Cham. The last time we saw Cham rush into a fast lair like this, he went into Mutaplay. So Mutaplay is now on the table. We'll see if that's going to be the option. We do see Bailey Nest for now, though, for Cham, going into Lingbane. But do we go into Lingbane Muta? We saw that against Kellizer. We did see that the one time that Kellizer did play Bio. That was over on was it on Persephone? No, not quite. We did see some Lingbane Muta here out of Cham. God, the games are all blending together, and I'm already giga tired. we've been up all day casting StarCraft. Of course, we were casting the Asia qualifiers before this, and we're still casting the Korea qualifier after this as well. And I would like to get some hours of sleep in between. Meanwhile, there it is. There's a Spire. Again, we called the Spire because we saw the early lair. So early lair, early gases into the Spire. Again, we saw this ahead of time. Now going into the Lever Chamber, we do see Cham going into his Lingbane Muta, which we already saw previously. So we have the advantage of knowing that ahead of time, knowing that he played this style against Kellizer, now doing it against Future. And we'll see if he can get away with it. As a Future, he does delay the 4th. Nice pickup. Takes down a drone, delays the 4th base. We just see Future massing up and rotating with his Hellions, building up his bio army back at home. Here we go. This Future, he would just taking note, he did not scout the tech yet. He's not aware. And this may catch him off guard. No. As the Spire is now done. You can see that Cham, he delays his upgrades. There we go, 8 Mutas on the way. Cham has the Lever Chamber, but he's not making any upgrades here in favor of just mass Muta. Banshees are zoned away once again. And the Mutas are coming. 9, 10 Mutas on the way. Mutas in production. They can more than one-shot SCVs. Cham, he does push right through the center of the map, though. He's going to be hitting here with +1 or with 1-1 upgrades with Stim and Combat Shields. Is a very strong timing here at a Future. And Muta's not going to help too much here. Again, can Cham hold? Can he defend back at home? As he is lacking Lingbane. Trying to build up his army. Mutas reveal themselves, going for the dive. Yeah, it does dive in. Takes down the first tank. Muta's going for the second tank as well, and it looks like they will get him. Yeah, both tanks go down. Nice cleanup here by Cham. He does have to avoid the Marines. Yeah, you can see he avoids the Marines. He pulls away, preserves the mutas. Very efficient fight there. But at least Future's now aware. Now he knows to throw down turrets. Likewise, he's just rallying across the map. He knows how vulnerable Cham is. He knows just how vulnerable those mutas are, specifically. And Future, he can try to break through. 2-2 has begun. Getting into 2-2 upgrades. Likewise, we are 8 rack. Jesus, I just realized we're 8 raxing. I'll be honest, I feel like an 8 rax is almost a hard counter to Muta play, to Lingbane Muta. Basically, what's happening here is that Future is not taking his gases. No gases at the 3rd base. Likewise, that means no factory, no 4th TC. He's 8 raxing. That is a 3 base all in. 3 base all in at a Future. It's mass marine tank. You make 12 marines at a time and non-stop tank production as well. And because the marine count is so high, again, I can't really see these mutas doing too much. They can maybe catch reinforcements 100%, but there are just so many marines, and this is where Lingbane is a must. Meanwhile, Cham, he does hit the mineral line. Turret's in position. Cham is supply blocked. Oh, and he's in danger here. Meanwhile, quick reaction. Future does repair in time. Does repair. Does force back the mutas. And Future is pushing in. He's going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throat again. He's got so many marines. Cham, he may have to just give up on the base. We'll see how he engages. Cham once again trying to catch reinforcements, but again, plenty of marines to support, to defend. Yeah, the base is going to go down. Cham, he has to play it safe, has to play it close to the chest. He's going for the base trade. I mean, okay. Pulls back with some of his Lingbane. But he's going to be losing even more tech here. The Baliness is exposed. And Cham, I don't think he has an answer to the army. Gets into the 3rd, he cripples the economy, but can he deal with the main army? That I don't think. Baliness goes down, that means no more Banelings. And Cham, he will lose everything in the natural and everything in the main as well. Like, he just cannot touch this army. Does kill the 3rd. Now he's racing back home. We have backup Baliness on the way. Cham turns around. Once again, Cham cannot touch the bio army. He can maybe try to engage with a medevacs and maybe pick off like a tank. But he should not push up the ramp. Now, on the other hand, this army is trapped. He's going, oh Jesus, he's going up the ramp. Takes down the tanks, and can he break through? We get some decent Bailey connections. Oh, but there are just so many marines. Yeah, there are so many marines here. Cham, he does try to refocus, does try to re-engage. Decent Bailey connections. And Cham, it looks like he barely has enough. Takes down the entire bio army. There's still marines left. Oh, there's still marines. It's close. Very close fight. And it looks like the marines, they come out on top. They come out on top. GG gets called. And Future, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Future, he will take a lead in the series. Again, an Arax, I would say, is almost a hard counter to Lingbane Muta. Just because, as you saw, the Mutas, they couldn't really do anything. They couldn't catch reinforcements. They couldn't harass across the map. They couldn't engage with the main army. Like, the Mutas, they just couldn't do anything there. And so much was invested into those Mutas. And unfortunately, Cham did make the decision to go into the main. I feel like a wiser decision there. I think he could have still maybe taken that game. Remember, he had killed the 3rd. We saw 2 base versus 2 base. Cham, he had the 3rd and the 4th base. So 2 base versus 2 base. Cham, I feel like he could have maybe pulled off just waiting outside, right? Just waiting outside of the main, just keeping the army pinned in the main base, and the only way out would have been drop play, right? He would have just made sure that the army could not escape his own main, was trapped in, and maybe caught him if we saw Future try to escape and macro from there. I think there would have been an opportunity, or just commit to the base trade, right? Or just commit to the base trade and just go for the natural and go for the main and just commit to all the chaos. Unfortunately, Cham, he chose option C, which was push into his own main, into Mass Marine, and as we saw, it didn't quite turn out well there for Cham. He could not fight the main. He could never fight the main army, not like that. And GG, well played. With that, Future does take a lead in the series, and with that, we'll see if Cham can recover as we're getting ready for game number 2. We're getting ready for that second game. Rest, papi, rest. Oh, I would love to. After we finish casting. Aye. Again, the next cast is going to be in 7 hours. 7 hours time. That's going to be our next broadcast. I'm hoping I get at least 4 hours sleep. I think I should be okay with 4 hours sleep. I'll be good. I'll be good to go. Don't you worry. 4 hours is plenty of sleep. Yeah. So we are getting ready for game number 2. Game 2 is looking to be on another map. I'll be honest, I do forget the map order. I don't quite recall, but it'll be okay. Terran trapped. The Terran was trapped, which is what I mean. Like I do think that there could have been a little bit more success there if Cham had taken it a little bit slower, had been a little bit more patient to contain the Terran in his own main. Here we go. As we are getting into game number 2 here and spawning in the bottom-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing ZvT Esports. It is a Cham. And Chamaco. Waiting for the zoom. Or the swoosh. There we go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner here of ley lines, going for the proxy 2 racks. We have the American Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Maturino Esports in its future. And here comes the proxy. Now, I say proxy 2 racks. We have a third SCV on the way. So it is going to be a proxy 3 racks here out of future. He's going to cheese Cham out. Is this what's happening in Scarlet? It's possible. It is possible. Also, I should fix up. I should have fixed up. I'm not observing. Clean feed. Beautiful. There we go. But we do have our proxy 3x here getting set up. And now it comes down to Cham scouting this. We'll see if he can come across this. The Overlord, the second Overlord, should be poised to check this area. This is a very common proxy location. And there you go. You can see the rally of the Overlord. It looks like Cham, he will find this. Now, does he confirm how many racks there are? That is the question. Once he sees the first 2, the reason why the third racks is further back is because it is more difficult to scout and confirm whether this is a proxy 2 racks or a proxy 3 racks. As the Overlord does get eyes on the racks, Cham, he's aware of the proxy. He's aware of a proxy at least. And behind this, we'll see how he reacts. We'll see how he responds. 2 SCVs are revealed. This is important. Only 2 SCVs are revealed. The third SCV is further back. So it looks like a proxy 2 racks, when really it's more committed. And again, the SCV count is typically a tell of what's to come. And there we go. Third SCV is revealed. Cham is going for the Roach Warren, going for the gases. And Cham, he might just give up on the low ground. Cham, he pulls away. Again, taking his gases, going into 1 base Roach. He's not making a queen on the low ground, otherwise it would just go down. Here we go. As the hatchery is going to go down. Yeah, there we go. Last roaches are building up. Now, this base falling is not the biggest of deals because Future is committed. As he's going to catch the roaches out as well. That is brutal. Roaches are going to be falling, losing 1, 2, 3 roaches. These are brutal losses here for Cham. Losses that he can't quite afford, not in this kind of game state. As another roach falls. Meanwhile, the Marines, they get back to the bunker, and this is a rough defense here for Cham. And Cham is going to be forced into all-base all-in. He's forced into the all-in. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, even supply blocking Cham, catching out the Overlord. Cham trying to engage. Trying to. And is going to be able to break through the first bunker. 1 bunker goes down. Remember, back at home, Future is... Oh, never mind. I was going to say he's transitioning. He's getting into Marauder production. Marauders are on the way. King Custer Shell as well. Future, okay, there we go. I was going to say that he doesn't want to back off, but he does retreat. Does abandon this position. There's that salvage. And we'll see if he can make it back home. As he's still building up more Marauders. Back home, there's no expansion. There's no factory. Still one base versus one base. Cham, he will soon confirm. And Cham, he has to be careful not to be called out. Marauders are revealed. Cham gets the hell out of there. Oh, loses one Roach. We'll lose a Roach. And likewise, oh, he just commits in. Yeah, 2 more Ravagers going down, but we're running out of Marauders. Down to 2. 2 Marauders left. Oh my god. Queen moving in as well. Still a clutch fight, but there's so many Marauders. Nice kiting here by Future. He kites back well. Saves the Marauders. Takes out another Queen. And Future, has he done it? Has he done it? The Vials. Oh my god. Vials don't quite connect, but Future, it looks like he's going to be forced back. He's running out of Marauders here. Stim is on the way. Cham breaking through. It's so close. So very close with Cham. He gets himself with the production and now getting into the tech lab as well. Again, a very clutch fight. But Cham, he will shut this down. He will shut this down. Deny Stim. Just barely. From here, we do see the factory for Future. It's back at home. Now he does abandon this position. Future is floating back. And from here, do we just drone? Do we do we get into a longer macro game? Future has yet to start a CC. There we go. His command center just now begins. That does feel quite late for Future because he doubled down and got into Marauder production. And Future is vulnerable. He has, what, a handful of Marauders left. He's racing back. There's going to be one bunker on the high ground. And Cham is moving out. Oh, double starport. BC? He's going for BCs. He's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, here we go. BCs are on the horizon. Meanwhile, the depot wall is going to be going down. I mean, I say DBC. This could just be mass. Like this should just be mass Banshee, I would imagine. As we have the initial Viking on the way to deny the scouts, to deny the Overlord. So far, Future does maintain the high ground. Tank is on the way. No fusion core, but here come the tech labs. Here come the Banshees. Okay, let him cook, Pappy. Let him cook. Oh god, what a quirky game. I mean, Shammy's droning. He's droning. He's getting a lair. From here, he can go into Mutaplay, for example, or Aspire. There's a salvage. Future breaking out. Future trying to break out. Me always spoke of the Spire. There it is. So it's very common here in this aftermath to go for the lair to go into 2-base Muta. And that's just a way to contain the Terran and make sure that they cannot expand. They cannot break out. Just to delay the economy for as long as possible. Creep is spreading thanks to the lair. Future, he will eventually take control of his own natural, but he's fighting hard for it. We'll see more CVs. Oh, going for the tank. Does bile it down. A nice pickup. Tank does fall. The Overlord barely survives. Finally goes down. And again, Future, he will eventually expand. That is as to be expected. But he had to trade out a tank. He had to trade out Marines and Marauders. Banshees, they do get across the map. Uh-oh. And what kind of anti-air do we have? Do we have any spores? 2 queens. Only 2 queens. Spores are in position, thankfully.
Mineral field exhausted.
Spores are ready. Queen's getting caught out. Yeah, the first queen is going to fall. Nice pickup. Gets a queen. Going for another. Mutas are on the way. Oh, getting a second queen. 1 queen left. The boys have been pulled. He's just committing to the all-in. Oh my god. Future. I saw him pull the boys earlier. I wasn't sure if it was just transferring, but no, he does pull every single boy. Oh my god. How much anti-air is there? Mutas, they take down the Marines. And remember, these are vanilla Marines. Yo, no anti-air. Mutas, they wreak havoc. They will kill everything. Yeah, the mass Banshee is not good enough. Takes down the base, takes down the expansion. But the Mutas, the Motas, let's go. Nothing shoots up. He will clean up all the Banshees. Overseer's on the way. Let's go. As that was 18 SCVs. Again, Future, he pulled everything. Now he's pulling back home. One of the Banshees dealt with. Another Banshee into the main. Cham does clean up. And Future, he's in a rough place. He's in a rough position here. He's down to 20 SCVs. He can mule, but yeah, his economy is not what it needs to be. Not right now. He needs more time. The problem is that once these mules shut down the Banshee, and they eventually will. Oh. Nice tracking here by Cham. Very nice tracking. Takes down the Banshee. Back at home, what do we have? We have a couple of vanilla Marines. We have a couple of Vikings as well. Oh, we have a Cyclone. Okay. We have some anti-air. Mutas, they shouldn't get much done. As they get 4 CVs. Getting 4 CVs. Cham pulling away. Double expanding. And it's going to be a rough road to recover here for Future. We spoke earlier, the purpose of going into mute like this is to contain, right? It's not necessarily about getting into the mineral lines and getting damage done, but it's about containing the Terran and taking advantage of that by expanding, by droning, by saturating. Oh. From here, Future is playing Bio, going into Stim, throwing down more Raxes eventually. Meanwhile, the Banshees are being very annoying, as detection is quite limited. No overlord speed. Now, do we pull the boys for a second time? Is that the play? Not yet, thankfully. But that is a lot of anti-air. And Cham, where's his ground army? Where are the roaches? Without a decent amount of roach ravager on the ground, Future, he can do this. He can pull this off. Uh-oh. Yeah, Future ignores the 4th. He ignores the 4th base. He's going for the kill, going for the 3rd. Without a ground army, I mean, that's a lot of Marines. And here we go. The boys are being pulled. Mutas, they dive on in. They once again focus down as many Marines as they can. And it looks like, yeah, he will hold. Cham, he will hold on. He will shut down the Marines. GG gets called, and Cham ties up the series 1-1. We have a back and forth. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Aye. Again, a wild game 2 here, starting things off with a proxy 3-racks into Marauder production, into double Starport Mass Banshee, into a 2-base all-in where you pull the boys. It was crazy. It's a crazy game out of Future. But alas, Cham, he was able to keep up. He was able to shut it down. He was able to hold his own and recover thanks to the Spire play, right? He was able to break out with his Roach Ravager, make it difficult for his opponent to expand, and go into the 2-base muta behind it. And with those mutas, he was able to shut down the move out, shut down the all-in, shut down the boys. GG, well played. As Cham does tie things up. SCV Banshee push. They were crazy. It was crazy. But GG. And again, we are just setting up and getting ready for game number 3. Getting ready for that 3rd game. And yeah, I already appreciate that we have a back and forth here as well. Future, he can be a very quirky player, as you saw, to be like hyper aggressive at times, or even standard at other times. He's very diverse in his play. He does often come up with his own builds as well. Future is a lot of fun to watch as a player, and can be very tricky to play against as well. Very tricky. So we'll see what kind of build we have in store for us coming into game number 2 as well. We shall see. But yeah, yo, shout out to Sinistro in the chat. Big shout out to Sinistro, the head pappy, the head admin over at ESL. Much love to Sinistro. And of course, all the others working behind the scenes, the others working on the event, whether admins, observers, casters, production team. Much love, much love. I know there's a lot of work that goes into it, and especially nowadays, like it's crunch time leading up to EWC. A lot going on behind the scenes. So much love. So we're getting ready here for game 2. Sorry, game 3. We are gearing up. And again, behind this, Stray is patiently waiting. Trigger also patiently waiting as well. They both have time to get food, get rest, have a nap as well. Ah, I'm jealous. They can nap. They can bench. As we're jumping into game 3 and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg representing ZvT Esports. Tying up the series 1-1. Forcing it back and forth. It is Cham. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have the American Terran player, the Red Terran representing Mancherino Esports. It is a Future. I didn't quite line it up. There it is. And here we go, and welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is, of course, one of the larger maps in the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, and Future does open up CC first. Let's go. Again, we saw this on Incorporeal, and there are certain maps that this does make sense on. I'm thinking of Incorporeal, I'm thinking of Tokamak, and I'm thinking of Maganatha as well. So CC first out of the Terran. Very greedy start to the game. If you recall, the last time we saw this on Incorporeal, this did lead into an 8-Rax. The 8-Rax did hit quite hard, did punish Cham for going mutas, and that is the biggest weakness here of muta play, is a very, very committed bio style can shut it down. Not saying it always will, but it definitely can. So based on the proclivity of Cham going into mutas multiple times in the series, we could see a 2-on-1 here by Future, 3cc 2-on-1 into 8-Rax. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We'll see what he goes for, and we'll see likewise how Cham adjusts. Cham, he is one to play roaches in this matchup as well. He can open and play roach and play Lingbane Roach Ravager in the mid game. That is a viable option here for Cham. It is a safe way to play and a safe way to approach Future, but we'll see. We'll see what the plan is. So now we're building up. The sleepy admin. Oh, you're sleepy, Sinistro? Is that what you're saying? You're sleepy? Este Sinistro. Ah. Ah, no. It's okay. We'll get some rest soon. Ah. We'll get there, we'll get there. Here we go. So far we do have, once again, a 1-1-1. Now, winding it back, if you recall the match on Incorporeal, Future, he also went CC first into a 1-1-1 into a delayed third base, where he was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more active with his Hellion Banshee. We'll see if that's the case here this time as well. I mean, we're already seeing it. We're already seeing it here. So faster Starport, faster Tech Lab, faster add-on swap into Banshee play. Actually, we can turn this into a Hellbat push. Those are Marauders. Okay, no add-on swap. Instead of Banshee play going into a Viking, I would imagine into Medivacs, into that support for the Hellbats. Show us the armory, let's go. So much more aggressive here from Future, much more committed. I think I have seen Future do this by pulling the boys as well. I think I have seen that variation. But Future is going to double down. Meanwhile, Cham, does he open Roach? Does he? If he plays Ling Queen, then it's going to be a tough hold here for Cham. Ay, ay, ay. There it is. There's the armory. Armory's on the way. As we are building up. And so far, Cham has yet to confirm. He's yet to confirm what's going on. As the Hellions are amassing. It's going to be a Roach Warren. Okay, Roach Warren to respond. Let's go. Roach Warren's on the way. But it's not going to be done in time. Chammy's droning. Now he spots the Hellions. Yeah, does spot the move out. We need the arm. We need queens. How many queens do we have as well? I know Chammy does like to cut queen production. Okay, 9. Okay, nice. He's got plenty of queens. The queens are ready. The roaches are on the way. But does he have enough to support this? Yeah, so far, Lings, they try to engage. Does transfuse. Does transfuse. Does keep the queens alive. Nice concave here. Nice surround. Chammy shutting this down completely. Yeah, he shuts down all the Hellbats, even without roaches. The queens, they hold their own. Chammy's perfectly fine. He is perfectly fine here. He does hold the line. One Hellbat remains. Now switching into Stim. And this was so committed. Remember, there was no third CC with this. It's a late third base. Very late third base for Future. He was so committed to this Hellbat push with Marauders. And it was not worth it. And Cham now taking up into the lair. Double Evo Chamber. Getting a 4th base. Chammy's running away with this. Future, he needs to do more damage. You can see he's still being active with his army. He knows he has to find something. Drones, queens, anything. Liberator into the natural. Oh. Does zone away. Ah, the Liberator goes down. Brutal pickoff. Liberator does fall. Future still being active with the army, rotating over towards the 4th base. Can he force a cancel? Again, he needs something. Heads towards the expansion. Remember, he's still on 2 bases. He's got 4 Marauders with this. Stim is still on the way. Chammy spots the army. He's ready. Oh, Chammy even catching reinforcements. No, miss rally. Future miss rallies into the army. Ay, ay, ay. Meanwhile, drones are going down. Nicely done here. Future getting 5 drone kills. Almost a queen. At the same time, Chammy gets across the map. Oh, gets us around on a handful of Marines. Not bad. Oh, but that's still 10 drones falling. That is brutal. That one Liberator going ham. Okay. Future, he now expands. He gets 10 drone kills across the map. Future is still in this game, but he's still behind. Like, the reality here is that Future is just now getting his 3rd base up and running. Cham fully saturating his 4th, or at least he should be. Getting to 1-1 upgrades. Now, when it comes to recovering in this game, Future, he has a couple of options. He can go for drop play, of course. He can go for drop play. He can go for a 3-base all-in. Like, he might feel like he's too far behind and just double down and go for an 8 racks. That's also a viable option. I don't know if I'm too fond of the idea of going for an 8 racks just because it's going to be a bit of a weaker 8 racks already, just because he has been slowed down. It might be wiser to just expand and try to macro out of this. It's up to Future, though. And he is taking gases. Okay, he made his decision. 2 gases are on the way. What does that mean? That means we are teching up. That means we can afford another factory. It means that we can afford further tech labs. And we are most likely not going for an all-in, and we are going to be expanding and getting a 4th. Jesus. I mean, with those gases, we're actually pumping out 6 Marauders at a time. That's a lot of Marauders. Interesting. We'll see if he throws out more Raxes. But it is a very heavy Marauder style. So the gases aren't for a 2nd factory, they're for all the Marauders. As here we go, we do see Cham, he does strike the 3rd. Future out of position. Yeah, Future's across the map. The base is going to fall. The boys are being pulled. Everything's going to go down. And Future, he attempts a base trade, but he doesn't really have much of an army. Like, this army was designed to push and maybe deny an expansion, but now he has to end the game with this. Oh no, the full medevac goes down. Full medevac falls, and Future is just falling apart. He's falling apart at this point. Again, it all just came down to the failed Hellbat push. Like, the Hellbat push was just so committed. And with that falling on its face, that's... Yeah, it's hard to recover, especially at this level of play. Like, at this level, you can't commit that hard and not get damage done. Cham pushing forward. Again, there's no third to fall back to. Cham, he's maxed out. He's at 200 supply. He's going for it, bad. Going for the CC even. Oh my god. Bars are connecting. Bars are connecting. Likewise, forcing back the army. Again, he can just afford these trades. He takes out the CC with the vials. The CC goes down. Future is trading well for himself. Like, Future, he can clean up this army. But Cham, he can afford it. He can afford this loss. He can just rebuild. It doesn't matter. Every Ravager goes down. But remember, Cham, he killed the mineral line and he got the base as well. Cham, he likes it. he can afford to lose. It's fine. Behind this, we have 12 more roaches on the way. 2 2s on the horizon, taking up into Hydra Lurker. Interesting. Not into Lingbane. Into Hydra Lurker composition. And Future, there it is. He pulls every single boy. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing for Future. He has to end the game here and now, and he will. Either he kills Cham or he dies trying. All the upgrades are now done. 2-2 kicking in. Hydrogen will fall. And hey, this tank count, it's quite high. How about Cham? He comes in from behind. Yeah, comes in for the flank. It collapses on the army. And Future, he's not going to break through. Not through this army. GG gets called. And Cham, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG. Cham, he does take a lead. And again, it was a quirky start at Future. Once again, it was a quirky start. Once again, if you recall, Future, he did open up with what? He opened up with a... Sorry, he went for an economic opener initially. He went for a CC first, into a 1-1-1, into a delayed third base, into what? Into 2 base Hellbats. He committed hard there into that Hellbat push, going for the Viking first, into Medevacs, into Marauder production, and his third base was so heavily delayed that he had to do some damage. He had to break the economy or break the base count of Cham, and he failed to do so, right? He ran into a massive concave of queens, and Cham, he had such an insane defense there, even without roaches, even with like it was only like 6 lings. Like, he had the minimum amount of lings, but he was transfusing. He had the concave. He pulled the boys, I think, for a moment as well. Cham, he defended well, and from that moment, Future fell behind, just because of how committed it was, just because of how late the third base was, and he committed. He doubled down. It wasn't quite worth it, and from there, Future, he tried to recover, but alas, he did stumble along the way. GG well played. With that, Cham just showcasing his defensive prowess here, both in this game and in the proxy game as well. So very nice play here by Cham to be able to survive the aggression of Future. And now Future, he has to take a different approach. This is not working. Game 2, he proxied. Game 3, he went for a 2-base borderline all in. I don't want to commit to that just because he did expand, but like, I would say just committed on 2 bases. Do we see a standard game? Remember, the one game that Future won here was when he opened up standard and just 8-raxed. he went for a 3-base all in. It worked wonders. Do we go back to that? Do we go for some more standard play? The pressure is on Future. The pressure is on. And the Future needs to be now. Oh boy. Here we go. Wait a minute, there is enough blood on my coffee after 4 regions today. Oh no. I typically don't drink coffee. I think I've spoken about this before. Like, to me, coffee is like it's like break glass in case of emergency. Where like if I have to do like a 16-hour cast, I'll drink coffee. Fun fact: I didn't drink any coffee at all during the DreamHack coverage. We had 3 days straight. Sorry, we had 2 days straight of 15-hour casts, and then we had the final day, which was like a 10-hour cast. Did it with just water. I was good to go. I was perfectly fine with that. But coming into these qualifiers, not gonna lie, I did have to take a sip of coffee. Did have to. But here we go. We are now jumping into game number 4 here in Spawning. In the top left-hand corner, we have our Mexican Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, leading the series 2-1. 1 game away from making it through into the next round. For ZvT Esports, it is Cham. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the American Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Maturino Esports. Down in the series, he has to fly back here and now to force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is a Future. We more or less lined it up. It's all good. But GG, well played. Here we go. We're now opening up. Oh, with a Rax in the main? Not a part of the wall? Okay, Future, you have my attention. This looks like a fake out. Basically, what's going to happen here is that the first Overlord of Cham is going to go to the natural and then check the ramp. And he's not going to see a Rax. Like, he's not going to see a Rax, and it's going to look like there's a proxy. We know there isn't, but that's the goal, I would imagine. He's still getting a CC, though. Huh. I'm curious what the purpose is, because I'm pretty sure the Overlord will see the CC, right? He will confirm. So Rax expand, Marine first out of Future, no SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout, no nothing. Cutting a bunch of corners. The Overlord does move forward. Oh, it's to bait the Overlord in. I see. Because the Rax is further back, he's gonna force the Overlord to go further into the bases to catch it out. Okay. I see now. It makes sense. So he checks. No Rax. He's like, hold on. Now he has to go further in. And as he goes further in, then bam, the Marines. Oh, does he? Are we going for a Future? He sees the CC. Cham, he pulls away. Yo, Future, I thought the plan was to catch the Overlord. Never mind. Oh my god. We have a second Rax. 2-1-1. Yeah, the 2-1-1 setup. Again, Cham, he was so careful with the Overlord as well. Like, he saw the Rax. Sorry, he saw the CC, and then he just got the hell out of there. He got out of there. But this is going to be a second Rax. Now, from here, we can go into a third Rax or a fourth Rax. This could just be a 2-1-1, or this could be a 3 Rax or a 4 Rax setup. Okay, 2-1-1. But with this, we're going to be going for an early sim timing. Early sim timing here. Tech Lab should soon be on the way for said stim. Likewise, getting into reactor marine production, into a starport, into a 16 marine medevac drop. But Future, he does his own thing. Like, even here with the opener, this is very quirky. This is very unorthodox. There it is. There's that Tech Lab. That is a third Rax. 3-1-1. Oh my god. This might just be a 2-base all-in. Future, we've seen him pull the boys multiple times this series. He might pull the boys with this as well. This is interesting. Okay. I've seen Beyond do variations of this. Like, we have seen Beyond be hyper aggressive in similar ways. There's a starport. So a 3-1-1 setup, that means extra Marines. It's going to be a very heavy bio composition. It's going to be crazy. Crazy. As it's still building up more Marines, more bio. Likewise, Cham, so far playing standard. He's still trying to piece together what's happening. Like, I'm still trying to piece together what's happening. Like, this is very committed here. So I'm still leaning along the lines of that we might just send it. Lane gets eyes on the Marines. I mean, the lack of Hellions tells Cham this is at least a 2-1-1. At least. Because 0 Hellions have been revealed. You can see observers pointing out that Cham, he hasn't really seen much of what's happening. He's been very careful with the Overlord. Very careful. And we're waiting for Stim, waiting for the medevacs. Here we go. The first two medevacs have arrived. You can see here that there are too many Marines. Like, typically a 2-on-1 is well refined, where it hits 16 Marines and 2 medevacs all at once, and then you just send it. But here, like, there are just so many Marines. So this is like a 2-1, like a, sorry, like it's like a 1-2 punch. That's it. I almost said a 2-on-1 again. It's like a 1-2 punch where you go in initially with these 16 Marines, you distract, you get some damage done, and then you follow it up with, I would imagine, it all in. With your reinforcements, with the wave of tanks and Marines. The supply block Cham. Cham is supply blocked. Future, he pulls away. Gets the hell out of here. Again, he's trading, picking off overlords, denying creep, and getting ready for that next wave. Getting ready for that timing with +1 and combat shields. I just don't know if he's going to pull the boys. That's the only thing that I'm not certain of. I think he will. He likes it. He likes to. So pulling away, building up Marines. Any live bets? I could be mistaken. I think there were bets for this series, right? Am I crazy? Did I forget to open up predictions? I might have. If so, I do apologize. But I think we did open predictions for this one. Yeah. It's right now it's 50-50 predictions for Cham in future. 50-50. Meanwhile, here comes the follow-up wave of reinforcements. Future he does not pull the boys with this, but he is 2-base all in. 100%. We got Liberators on the way. Marines are clearing a creep. Cham is scrambling for a defense. But he doesn't really have much to work with. But here we go, he comes in from behind. Collapsing on the Marines, knocks them down. Very nice flank, very nice engage, takes out the tanks. And Cham holds. Now there's still so many Marines left over. There's still so many, 3 full medevacs. It's insane. But the tanks are dealt with. And Cham is keeping up. He's keeping up. He will shut this down. Shaving off more Marines. Liberation has arrived, going for the ramp. Oh, Cham is not quite in position for this though. The Liberators do get some free damage. But this bio army is not large enough. Future saying, Future killed his own Liberator. There were 2, now he's down to 1. A bit of a misclick there by Future. Kills zone Lib. Queens, they do miss rally. 2 queens go down, 2 queens left. Again, he surrounds nicely. But there's a tank on the low ground. The Future being so annoying here. We have 5 Hydras on the way. More Liberators coming in. Future, can he pull this off? Getting 2 more queens. And once again, Future just picks up. He just picks up free damage from the Liberators. Free damage. Unloads the tank. The tank is going to go down. And Liberators are still just picking up free lings. Free banelings. Spore tries to reposition. There we go. Hydras have arrived. And does force the unsiege. Cham defense. He's holding on. He's got his Lingbane Hydra. But this was just such an awkward setup here from Future. And he's still going, by the way. He is now getting a very late 3rd TC. And he has not done enough, I would say. But Cham, he does miss the army, which is concerning. Does miss the army. Going for a very committed run by. Future, he fakes a drop into the main. Let's go. He fakes the drop. That's 5 Liberators. There's so much freedom. And here we go. We see Cham going for the kill. Going for the mineral line. Very committed run by. Takes down all the SCVs. 20 SCVs go down. The wall is open. Remember, there was never any SimCity at the ramp to begin with. Never any SimCity. And here we as Cham cannot dive in. Yeah. The tanks are behind this as well. Future, he abandons the bases. He just goes to the mass migration. And Future's all in. Gets the mineral line. Oh my god. A lot of drones going down. A lot of workers falling. And Cham, can he deal with this? Can he deal with 6 Liberators? Sorry, 7 Liberators. It's crazy. There are just so many Liberators here. And Future, he can still win the game with this. Depending on the setup, of course. Tanks are sieging. There's going to be 3 tanks on the ground, 7 Liberators, 41 Marines. Cham, he has to come back home. And he does try this around. He does collapse on the army. Decent bailing connections. Takes down all the tanks. What about the Liberators, though? They stand strong. Jesus. Oh, my God. They take down 15 Hydras. And he's done it. Future, he's done it. Future with the mass Liberator. He has done it. There's no anti-air. There's not enough. We do see Cham trying to take advantage of the gold. He's trying to build up. I mean, true, if given time, like Cham, he has top right. He has top right and he has the gold base as well. Like, he has production. He still has the Hydra Den. He lost the spawning pool, though. Ooh, did lose the pool. So Cham, he needs to rebuild as quickly as possible. It is still possible for Cham to survive this, to win this game. It's still possible. Meanwhile, Future, he has mules, so he has some economy. As Cham is building up, he does find a command center. Very nice catch. Very important pickoff, actually. Kills the CC. Cham, oh, he does find the production. And there's still more Marines on the way. Meanwhile, there's a base bottom right and center left. So Future's on 2 bases. Cham, oh, it's having a hard time engaging. Stutter steps in. Nice control. Nice control so far. But once again, Liberation has arrived. Cham has to get out of here. Does pull away. Future's army split. Now, if Cham can engage these armies like one portion at a time, he can totally take this. Like, he can win this. Just has to pick and choose his battles wisely. Future walling up in the main? Oh. Interesting. Okay, does wall the main off. Still being active. Yeah, I mean, Future, he's at least aware of the gold. So he knows what he wants. He wants the gold. Pushing onto creep. Cham, can he engage? He has some Bailings. Yeah, Bailings are left over. Going for the main army. Cham, the mine shots! Oh my god, they're trying to force friendly fire. Brutal connections. Brutal connections, but the Hydras, they are barely holding their own. They outposition. The Liberators running out. Running out of Liberators. Dropping onto the healing pad. Going for the Hydras. He wants them. He wants the Hydras. And the Hydras, it looks like they will be able to take down those Liberators just barely. Yeah, 1 Liberator left, down to 0. Yeah, no more liberation, no more freedom. Not here, not in this game. Future pushing in. He has so many medevacs. But Ling's get a surround. Shuts down the bio. And Cham, I think he's done it. Cham, he has done it. Oh no, the Hydra! Never mind, the Hydras! Get out of here! Some expensive losses. Cham, he knows what he wants, so he goes to the mineral line. Denies mining, denies the production. Queens, they can hold their own. GG gets called. Cham, he survives, he makes it. He will claim the series 3-1. A crazy game, but Cham, he will take the series, will advance on to face off against Australia in the next round. GG. Whew, oh my god. GG, well played. A crazy game. A crazy game. Again, Future going for an insane 2-base all-in as well. Doubling down. Remember, winding it back. It was a 3-1-1. A 3-1-1 build. It started off looking like a 2-1-1, but he followed it up with a very committed bio push with tanks, and more importantly, with Liberators. That was a crazy follow-up there. Going up to 7 Liberators. And we saw how annoying he was. And, like, it wasn't really doing too much damage early on. Like, he was killing, like, Lings, like, a couple of Banelings every now and then. As he was in between the bases, it was just so frustrating to deal with. Eventually, Cham got into Hydras and was able to shut it down initially, but then he got up to 7 Liberators. He took the fight across the map, he got into the bases, he killed the natural, killed the main, but he wasn't able to deny the gold. The gold base was a big X factor there, which did allow Cham to recover, did allow him to recuperate, and to rebuild and remax and to have a standing army. Again, unfortunately, Future, he never did deny the gold. He couldn't, he was not quite in position for that, and with that, GG. GG well played, Cham, able to maintain an economy of some sorts and build up. Crazy game. Crazy game, back. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. And with that, we're getting ready for the next round for the lower bracket finals.